Hi, good evening. This is your friend Han here. It is great to see you here tonight. And tonight I'm very excited because as we all know that SEO has become very important when it comes to ranking your site and bring traffic to your site as well, right? But there wasn't any solutions to tracking the trend of SEO signals, right? Well, until today. So please allow me to introduce to you a excellent product, and the name of the product is called the WP Signal Tracker. Okay, it's over here, and you can see it. It's made by Mark Thompson and Eric, and it is a WordPress plugin you install on your WordPress site, and you can track for both yourself and your client's website. But most importantly, you can see how your competitions not SEO, social signal goes over time. Okay, so it's like so instead tracking ranks is now tracking social signals. So isn't that exciting right? So I happen to get Mark Thoms with us again to talk about some of the stuff he does as far as generate social signal, social traffic. So hopefully you're gonna learn a lot about inside the interview. So please stay tuned after the interview. Watch the little demo video, and so you know how cool this plugin is, and how most importantly how it's going to really benefit you with both ranking and traffic. For now, please enjoy the interview that's coming up. Until next time, this is your friend Han, and keep smiling. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.
Hi, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and this is your friend Han again. It is great to see you here. And today I have Mark Thomas with us again, and to share some awesome tips on the latest, SEO and what has changed and what has become the most important factors to rank your site, and talk about them. Obviously the social signal as well. And at the end of this interview, he's going to share another very unique tool he and his partner created to track your social signal trends within WordPress site itself. So I'm going to let him share that with you as well. But before we go into the details, let's hear how Mark Thompson got started with the internet marketing, and most importantly, what exactly did he do to achieve a level of success he has today. So Mark, could you kind of take over the mic, kind of share your unique internet marketing story with us today?
Sure. Well, yeah, I know we've done this a few times, but just in case you haven't seen any of our other interviews, I started my internet career about 7 years ago, and I was working with some offline clients. I worked in-house in an agency, creating SEO and pay-per-click and social media campaigns for my clients. And I was doing that for a number of years, about 3 or 4 years, and I was in the trenches learning everything I could. I was self-taught, and basically learned how to generate traffic and leads and revenue for my clients. And then once I got pretty good at that, I started to go off on my own, and I started my own offline business, and that really gave me the freedom to do other things that I wanted to do, like product creation and affiliate marketing, which I enjoy that side of the business much more than kind of working for clients. So over the years, I've kind of transitioned away from offline, and I still do offline consulting, but I mainly do a lot of product creation. But my bread and butter, what I've always been really good at, has been SEO. And as we've seen over the last 5 or 10 years, SEO has really evolved, and it's really evolved and kind of blended in as one with social media and content creation or online PR. And so that's kind of one of the reasons that we're talking today is kind of to talk about the evolution of SEO and how user engagement and engagement with your content on your website is really playing an enormous role in getting traffic from the search engines.
Yeah, to get ranked and to I think if you look at Google augers and back the old days, just on backlinking, all that stuff, that thing's it can be gamed, and
right.
Back in the days, and many people did, and nowadays social signals, it's really hard to game that, because it's the real people have to vote for that content is good or bad. So I think Google at some point realized Facebook is kind of taking over the shares, and they're kind of playing a catch-up game right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's a combination of a bunch of different things now. Like 5-10 years ago, it used to be you could drive a few backlinks to your website and you could just skyrocket it to the front. And you could maybe put stuff the keywords in the metadata, and all of a sudden it goes up to the front. Well, obviously search engines have gotten much smarter over the years, and on-page SEO, yes, that's still important, but that has kind of gone down in the algorithms. And then backlinking has also kind of gone down, and it's more about time on site and having a diverse link portfolio. So having links from social media sites and PR sites and article sites, and so all different areas of the web, and also most importantly, Google's looking at your Google Analytics stats, whether you think they are or not. So if people are only staying on the website for 10 seconds or they bounce right away, then that's also another indication that your content is not worthy enough to go to the top of the search engine. So you're right, it is getting much harder to kind of game the system as search engines have gotten much smarter, but they're definitely placing a lot more emphasis on social sharing. And one thing you have to keep in mind is that the foundation of social sharing is having a really good website that people want to visit, and people want to share your content. And the best way to do that is creating high quality content that is engaging. And so what's engaging content? It could be images, it could be videos, it could be interviews like what we're doing, it could be case studies. All kind of rich media is playing a larger role in people staying on your site longer, as opposed to old school just text blog posts that people are creating content just to get it ranked on the search engines.
Right, and it's almost like it's worth the effort to go to your market, find what the market, your reader really needs. Like the best place looking for idea would be, on a forum or Yahoo Answers, and then I guess what we call the pillar contents. Also get attention of top marketers in a place, and put a pillar content out there to kind of bell people the traffic to your site, as well as another technique that you can make sure that you have great content on your website.
Yeah, that was one of the things I did on my marketing blog. Was the most popular blog post I have to date on my blog is I listed 100 top marketers to follow on Twitter.
Right.
And the reason that it got so much sharing was because all those top marketers that I mentioned, they were monitoring mentionings of their name, and I also contacted a number of them. And they're more likely to share that content because, hey, they're getting put in the limelight, they're getting praise, and so they're more likely to leave comments and share it with their network of friends. And obviously it went extremely viral from that. So that's right, when you talk about other influencers or you network with people and you build relationships, that's such a great way to get your content out there and exposed.
Right, and it also builds, it's almost like you're building an instant relationship with them, and building your authority at the same time with them.
Yeah.
And so it's a great technique to, if you ever want to find a content that will always stick and go viral. That would be one of the things at least I would do. So let's talk about as far as social signal goes, what does Google looking for? Is just a number of likes, or some other stuff as well? Well,
just like normal backlinks, social signals or social sharing has weights as well. So things like if a lot of people are Google plusing your content, or Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest or LinkedIn, any of the big social networks, those have a lot more weight, but they're also looking for a diversity. So are there a lot of different people on Facebook or on Twitter sharing your content? And then also comments as well. So are people commenting? With Facebook comments integration, that makes it a lot easier to track comments and that kind of stuff. So they're looking at obviously the number of signals. They're looking at the number of different sites, social sharing sites that people are sharing the content, and then also the authority of those people sharing your content. So they're looking at the individual people sharing the content, and they're they're getting much better at telling who is influential or who is an authority in that space. And if they share the content, then in turn that kind of passes that authority onto your post, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And if you can't really dominate the I guess the big niche or big category, you can always go smaller category, which is very easy to become number one in that small niche category as a authority too, just by I guess just sometimes just by putting up a great content on that topic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously great content is going to be step one, but usually creating good content is not enough. You need to have some sort of strategy for promoting it and getting it out there. And so having some sort of social outreach strategy is so important. And that's why, finding out who the industry influencers are in your niche, trying to build relationships. Again, regardless of what niche you're in, building relationships is so foundational to anything you do in marketing. And this is just another instance as to why building relationships with authority figures is so important, just to help get your content out there.
So let's kind of follow up on that question. So what is the best way? Let's say I'm new to the niche and I don't know anybody. I haven't made my name for myself yet. What is the best way to approach authority? Maybe for guest post or for any kind of relationship. What's the best way to start building that relationship?
Well, the best way is, there's a few things. One, you can definitely do guest posting, so reaching out. Usually a lot of the bigger blogs that have a lot of authority, they have editors, and there's a contact page that'll have like an editor's email address, so you can contact them, try to build a relationship with them, and maybe write a few guest posts just so you get your name out there and that you start to build that relationship. Another thing you can start to do is follow some of the top blogs and start leaving thoughtful comments on those blogs. And I mean, all these tips that I'm giving you, I mean, these are things that have been have worked for a number of years. It's not like something groundbreaking, but it's a matter of putting in the time and effort into doing it. And so, I mean, leaving good comments, obviously going to networking events and meeting these people face to face has a lot of impact. So doing all that kind of stuff, and obviously having good content on your blog. And so it should be a combination of a few things. It shouldn't just be focused just on one thing. I like to connect with people on Facebook and on Skype and try to build that rapport that way as well. So once I've built the relationship through email, I say, hey, I'd love to connect with you on Skype or on Facebook or on Twitter, and that way you can kind of keep the dialogue going.
Okay, sounds great. I think it's a lot like the offline work, just not in electronic format, and Skype or email. Now, I think a lot of people get online kind of forgot that it is actually a person behind the screen.
Yeah, no, it's very true, and that's one of the great things about going to networking events is you actually get to meet the people and see their personalities, which obviously it's a little bit harder to do in an email or on chat.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about how important it is to track the social signals as far as for ranking and traffic goes.
Well, it's for the longest time, people have always tracked a lot of things that were obviously important back years ago. Like obviously, ranking reports were always big. Where do I rank in the major search engines for this keyword? And what type of, how many backlinks do I have, and are they going up, and that kind of stuff. Well, obviously with the huge shift in social media and sharing and engagement, social signal tracking is probably the newest thing that you should really start to track. Not only your own content, but your competitors' content. And so if you're trying to rank for particular keywords, obviously looking at the number of backlinks they have is important, but also breaking down their social sharing and where are they getting their sharing from. Is it from Google+? Is it from Facebook? Is it from Twitter? And then aggregating all that sharing and seeing how many total social signals they have. And so that's really what we've built and what my new product is all about. Is it's a dashboard for tracking all of your social sharing across the most popular social media sites out there, and you can do that right within your WordPress dashboard.
Yeah. One of the technique I want to kind of share here is, let's say you find your competition has a lot of likes on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, and you literally have those automation software now. You can actually go trying to add them their followers as your friend as well. So you know that immediately you have a target audience there as well. Just kind of want to kind of share that technique that you know, people who are watching this want to be probably start doing that. So let's talk about this the software you have and what you have here. Let's talk about the name here. Let's talk about time of the launch and the who's going to really benefit for, and talk about the OTO as well, please.
Sure. Well, the launch is Thursday. It's May 23rd at 11 o'clock Eastern. It's called WPSignalTracker, and it's a simple WordPress plugin. Who it's for? It's really for anyone who is trying to generate organic traffic. You know, if you have a website or a blog that you're trying to rank in a particular niche, it's really for anyone like that. It's also great for offliners. So if you work with clients and you want to show them some competitor research, you can do so. So you can put in your own website URL, you can put in a specific blog post, or you can put in basically any competitor's URL as well, and it's going to pull back all of those social signals and tell you where they're getting social sharing from on all the top social media sites out there. And so, I mean, it's at its core, it's a very simple plugin, but the data is very powerful. Just like analyzing people's backlinks or analyzing what keywords people are ranking for, this is just another component of that kind of market research. And so it really can apply to any type of internet marketer that's trying to analyze their competitors and where they're getting their backlinks from and their social media connections and all that kind of stuff.
And it's excellent for offline too, right?
Yeah, I mean, specifically offliners are great because you know you can analyze your competition. You can look at kind of like a grid view and see, okay, well, here are my top 5 competitors. Here's how many social signals they have compared to my site, and you can help to correlate. Okay, well, this is why these sites are ranking higher than mine because of social signals. And obviously, like I said before, social media is only becoming a larger piece of the algorithm, and so you know, yeah, it's perfect for offliners, and that's what the first OTO is about. It's the developer rights. So if you do work with offliners, this is a perfect, you can upgrade your license and you can install SignalTracker on unlimited number of client websites.
Okay, great. And one thing I really like about this is it tracks trends, and I haven't seen anybody actually track the trends over time, and that's very important too.
Yeah. So if you're you know, doing a social media campaign for a client, or you're really trying to work hard at your social media sharing, there's it'll track 7-day, 30-day, and 90-day trends, and you can see, you know, how well you're doing, or even competitors. You can look at the competitors and say, okay, well, here's where they started at, and here's where they're at 3 months later. Well, obviously they've been putting in a lot more energy towards social media, and this is why they've been going up. So yeah, I mean, I think trends is, you can get a lot of data just from the trend data that we have.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I think I pretty much have all the questions I need to ask you today. Do you have any final words before we leave here today?
No, there is a second OTO I did want to mention that is pretty cool. This is some new training that I've never actually released before, and I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag too much, but I will say that there's a system that I've been able to implement, and it works every single time, and it's basically you flip on a switch and you can drive thousands of people to any page you want to through social sharing and social bookmarking. And there's a manual way to do it, there's an automated way to do it, and there's a specific contractor that I use that can do it for really cheap, and it's awesome traffic. It's a great way to kind of boost your social sharing and drive viral traffic, and that's what the second OTO is. So it's pretty cool.
Well, I'm excited to see that myself as well. Awesome. And for those who are still watching this, make sure that you watch the demo video right after this, so you know how exactly this thing works and how it's going to benefit you. And I am going to offer you guys some awesome bonuses again. So kind of look out for my email tomorrow. And Mark, thanks again for stopping by, and I'll see you around.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey guys, in this quick demo, I'm going to show you SignalTracker in action. So as you guys probably know, SEO and social media are kind of blending in as one, and the search engine algorithms are placing a lot more emphasis on social signals. So social sharing from Google Plus and Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, all these social media sites. And SignalTracker is your kind of universal dashboard for analyzing your sites and your competitor sites to see how many social signals and sharing is going on with each of your websites. And so it's a simple plugin. I've already installed it, and as you can see here, I'm on the dashboard, and I've already put in a few different websites that I'm looking at. And so for this demo, I have a client who's in the yoga niche, and I'm just analyzing some of the different websites that are on the first page for yoga online classes. And so what I wanted to do is just look at all the different social signals that they have. And so I can see right from here, I can see all the most popular social media sites and how many times they've been shared on each of these websites. Now I can also go to an inner page or a specific blog post if I want to track specific blog posts as well. Okay, so this is the dashboard. Now it's really great for doing competitive analysis and market research. So there's this table view which allows you to put all of the websites side by side, and you can really analyze and see, which have more social signals. And as we know, websites that have more social sharing and user engagement, those sites are the ones that are going towards the top of the search engine results pages. So this is a really nice kind of view to analyze your site as well as your competitors and maybe some of the keywords you're trying to target. So that is the dashboard. It's as simple as going to add URL if you want to add a new listing, and just say I'm going to just this may be a little off topic, but I'll just do searchenginejournal.com, which is a popular SEO blog. And I just select the social networks that I want to monitor. So I'm going to select all of them, and if I want to put it on the dashboard or not. And I'll show you what that looks like in a second here. So I am going to put this on the dashboard, and I'm going to click Add New Site. And there you go. So you can see the listing now. It shows the total signals. It shows you all of the different social sharing sites that are on here and how many times it's been shared. Now you could also do, we have a history tracker, which is really cool. So you can click on View History. And now obviously we just started this campaign, but you can track over 7, 30, or 90 days all of the social sharing that's going on with that particular URL or domain that you're tracking. Okay, so really cool stuff. So you can track and see, okay, well, the more social shares that we have over the course of 3 or 3 months or so, you can correlate that with rankings, and you can do that with your competitors as well. And you could also do what's called a manual update, so it'll update all of the social signals, or you can do it automatically through our cron setting, which is you can do it 24, 48, or 72 hours, depending on how frequently you want this data updated. Now, the only difference between the dashboard and the view social signals is all of the URLs are going to be under your view social signals. If you have specific competitors or certain sites or pages that you really want to monitor closely, then you can put those in your dashboard. So that's what the dashboard is really meant for. So, I mean, as you can see, guys, this is a fairly simple tool to utilize, but extremely powerful. Social signals are definitely kind of the new form of backlinks. As backlinks have been over the last 3 to 5 years. People have been tracking backlinks and the number of backlinks you're generating to a website. And now social media is becoming even a larger part of the algorithm. So this is a nice kind of plugin to have in your toolkit. It's great if you work with clients to show them some market research, as well as to quantify some of your social media strategies if you are doing anything like that for a certain client. So a great market research tool, and very easy to set up. So that is a quick demo of SignalTracker.